nobody coming over paying the grass yellow with the front getter. Juggernaut, hard-headed, no supplement. If you're not gonna take for the better, then you better do for the alpha. There's been a lot of coming lately, things she falling for me. In front of the market, they got me feeling like the unibomber of the manifesto when they're breathing it out. I got a vendetta, I took up a ready, I loaded the cookie, the chicken, and run away. Finally gonna be higher the cannabis, taking the cannabis, to never give it them. Y'all be watching me getting on top of this. I'm here for the kick and I'm already baked. I'm already dead.
Those are the sounds of fellow admin Pale, Ricky Crooks. Man's like Ricardo there. Yeah, those are the sounds of Ricardo, aka Ricky Crooks. Our fellow FPL manager. He doubles up as a manager, as a rapper, as a real estate agent. Shout out to you, Ricardo. Ricky Crooks, Ricardo Afula pale hivo. One of our boys, one of our homies pale hivo in the studio. Hitting you out with the banger, Making a Meal. You can check out his music on Audiomack. You can check out his music on SoundCloud as well. Yeah, Ricardo, Ricky Crooks. Go out and search Making a Meal. And as you've heard, it is a pretty dope, fantastic tune.
Wanna do is just make a meal. I feel the regimen getting the best of me out in the regimen, finally getting it out of my system. If you know the feeling of having a lot of nothing.
Yeah. So that's Ricky Crooks. Ricky Crooks there representing for Fantasy Footy KE. Yeah, one of our best artists, manze. One of the best artists in the region. You can hear him spitting by there. Anyways, guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel once again. This is Fantasy Football KE, Fantasy Footy KE. Yeah, and kama kawaida, we are back to you. We are back on the airwaves. We're back on your airwaves, back like we never left. Yeah. Nakwambia jana, it has been a very, do I even say jana, or is it even juicy? Telling you the Champions League, the Champions League is heating up. The Champions League is heating up, my people. Kuna waka moto. Yeah, so this past week, basically from the day before yesterday, that is Tuesday, from Tuesday, because today we are recording on Thursday. From the day before yesterday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we've been having Champions League playoffs, but the last matches, the penultimate matches of the Champions League. Yeah, so pale hivo Match week 7, you know, in this new format pale hivo Champions League, there is no ati sijui games za mwisho za group stage, those dead rubber games of the group stage. Hakuna kitu kaa hiyo. Sai kila kitu inakuwa being played to the wire, down to the last minute. So match week 8 pale hivo, match week 7 was a blockbuster affair, manze. Nakwambia the Champions League. Hey, most of us, I had some questions, I had some doubts about the new format and everything, but boy, let me tell you, boy, it has been a roller coaster. Imekuwa moto sana. It has been hard. When the UEFA president Alexander Seferin promised us blockbuster matches after blockbuster matches, I didn't think we were planning for this kind of affair. So wacha hata tuache story nyingi, let's go straight up to match week 7. Games zilikuwa zinachezwa on Tuesday 21st of January, that is match week 7 pale hivo. Atalanta beating Sturm Graz 5-0. Atalanta wakapita na Sturm Graz 5-0. Courtesy of goals from Retegi scored in the 12th minute pale hivo. Pasalic coming through in the 58th minute. De Ketelaere, the Belgian, adding the third one for Atalanta in the 63rd minute. Before Lukman and Brescianini in deep stoppage time pale hivo dakika 90, they scored 2 quick goals to give Atalanta a 5-0 win. A proper performance pale hivo. Then Monaco are 1-0 winners against Aston Villa, beating the Midland side 1-0 courtesy of a goal from Singo. And my friend, kama uko Singo, yeah, just know you're doing good, because you know Singo did the thing to Aston Villa, and yeah, so Aston Villa, they are losing 1-0 to Monaco. And Stuttgart, you know, the team whereby Gurasi used to play. Stuttgart beat Bratislava 3-2. Stuttgart there, the German side beating S Bratislava. I don't know the full name about it, but yeah, Stuttgart winning 3-1 away from home, courtesy of a brace from leveling there, and Raider added the next one. Yeah, so Palevo Stuttgart keeping their top 8 not top 8, but their round of 16 qualification chances alive by beating SK Bratislava 3-1. Then Palevo, Juve and Club Brugge played out to a 0-0 draw. Juve squeeze wamekuwa draw merchants. Remember, they are unbeaten in the Serie A. They are unbeaten in their domestic league, and also I think they are also unbeaten in the Champions League if I'm not wrong, but they have drawn so many games. So draw games kibao bana. Juventus have become draw merchants. Kitu kaa hiyo. And then the peak of the drama. Sasa from where we are starting, it is where all the drama was. Twende pale Wanda Metropolitano, in the Atletico commune, Atletico de Madrid beating Bayer Leverkusen 2-1. Hii game ilikuwa na drama. Mambo lualala. Nakwambia hapa kulikuwa kumoto. Kulikuwa kumoto bwana. Na just story, wacha kwanza niwape something from Ricky Crooks. Taylor.
Don't want nobody coming over paying the grass yellow with the front getter. Juggernaut, hand-headed, no supplement. If you're not gonna take for the
Skiza Ricky Crooks. Skiza mans like Ricardo. Get to know your artist. Listen to the flow. Listen to that lyrical wordplay. Sikia maneno. I am the cannabis to never give a damn. Y'all be watching me in the top of this. Ricky bana, Ricky tulia Ricky bana. Hey, Buddha. Unachoma bana. Unachoma mtu wangu. Anyways, that was what was happening, manze. That was what was happening in the Champions League on Tuesday, bana. Atletico Madrid versus Bayer Leverkusen pale hivyo. Atletico Madrid, 10 men of Atletico Madrid beat Leverkusen 2-1, courtesy of a brace from Julian Alvarez. And let me give you the breakdown. So, Atletico de Madrid, in the 23rd minute, they receive a straight red card for Barrios. Na unajua mambo iliharibika kwa sababu as soon as they received that red card, at the end of the first half, Hinkapi akafanya ile kitu, akaput Leverkusen 1-0 up, scoring for Leverkusen. Hinkapi. The Colombian, is he Colombian or Ecuadorian? Yeah, Hinkapi gave Bayer Leverkusen 1-0, a 1-0 lead. So Leverkusen cruising away from home, 1-0 up with Atletico 10 men down. Mambo inakaa kiasi Xavi, you know, a Real Madrid man, amekuwa kitesa Atletico in his time as a Real Madrid player. Lakini kumbe there were things to come. Mambo ikageuka. Haya, second half pale hivyo, Hinkapi, the goal scorer, turned from hero to villain. Pale hivyo Hinkapi, maneno yake ni ngumu. Anyways, before we go to Hinkapi, Julian Alvarez pulled one, equalized for Atletico Madrid in the 52nd minute. Atletico Madrid walianza vizuri in that second half. They came out. Actually, it was kind of a surprise to me because the Atletico Madrid that I know of, especially going down 1-0 and with a man down in the Champions League, wangepack basi. Wangeweka basi, proper low block, Diego Simeone football. Lakini what? Kumbe pale hivyo, it is a new Atletico Madrid. Yeah, so Julian Alvarez equalizing for Atletico Madrid, making it 1-1 in the 52nd minute. And then things went from bad to worse for Xabi Alonso and Leverkusen. because the goal scorer, Mr. Hincapie himself, turned from hero to villain and he received a straight red card. He received his second yellow, not a straight red card. He received his second yellow and he was sent off. So, in the 76th minute, Atletico Madrid versus Leverkusen, it was 10 men versus 10 men and the game was poised at 1-1. Wacha nikuambie. Things went from bad to paragasha for Leverkusen. Pale hivyo dakika ya 90, in the 90th minute, mans like Julian Alvarez, proper Atletico Madrid football. He scored the winner to give Atletico Madrid a 2-1 win. Nakwambia mambo ilikuwa kumoto bana. And if that was a sign of things to come, pale hivyo Benfica versus Barcelona. This was now where the drama was. The drama was in this match. Benfica rest to a 3-1 lead at halftime. Halftime, Benfica pale hivyo wamegonga Barcelona 3-1 lead. Pale hivyo Pavlidis, the Greek international, you remember ule jamaa mwenye alitenda England in the qualifications of the League of Nations and the ilk. So huo jamaa Pavlidis, the Greek international, quick first half hat-trick bana. Bao dakika ya pili, ingine dakika ya 22, although Lewandowski did pull one back for Barcelona in the 13th minute through a penalty. But Pavlidis akaongezea ingine pale dakika 22. And then in the 30th minute he scored a penalty of his own to give Benfica a comfortable 3-1 lead at home to Barcelona. Mse, nakuambia watu wa Barcelona hapa walikuwa roho iko kwa mdomo, and heart in mouth moments. Le pale hivyo Szczesny kuwakula roho safi. You remember that former Arsenal goalkeeper, that former Juventus goalkeeper, the one who retired and then came out of retirement for Barcelona. So Wojciech Szczesny pale akakula Barcelona with a couple of silly mistakes, conceding a reckless penalty and then handing out a poor goal for Barcelona. So that was in the first half. Pale hivyo first half Barcelona looking kind of shaky, lakini kumbe mpira hudunda. If you look at this game, it tells you why you should never jump the gun too early in football. Then in the second half, Barcelona looked like they were coming back into fold. Pale hivyo in the 64th minute, Rafinha trying to restore some respect, some decency to Barcelona. He pulled one back and half the deficit from 3-1 to 3-2. Lakini ghafla Benvu, mans like Ronald Araujo, the Colombian, the Paraguayan man, no, sorry, not Paraguayan, Uruguayan, the Uruguayan kid, Ronald Araujo, pale hivyo, conceding an own goal, a very, very unfortunate own goal in the 68th minute, and he seemed like the game was running away from Barcelona. Remember having clawed their way back from 3-1 down to 3-2, and then Araujo sasa kawafunga, making it 4-2. So things were looking like they were going from bad to worse for Barcelona. And remember it was in the 68th minute, so basically with 20 minutes plus the referee's time to play, and Barcelona away from home, remember having drawn their La Liga game in the weekend, from a winning position, dropping the points. So it kind of looked like one of those days for Barcelona. Lakini Mungu wa Barcelona halali, because in the 78th minute, mans like Robert Lewandowski scored his second penalty of the day to give Barcelona the third goal and making it 4-3. And in that moment, Barcelona looked like the momentum had switched to their favor. Ni kama sasa walikuwa wamerudiwa sasa na momentum. So 4-2 in the 78th minute, and the game looking like it's going in their way. Sorry, 4-3 in the 78th minute. So Barcelona there in the 78th minute, game ikaendelea kiasi. Eric Garcia, the former City man, scored and equalized in the 86th minute to give Barcelona, to get themselves parity back in the game. Pale hivyo in the 86th minute. And all of a sudden, the pitch, I think you could feel some tension in the pitch because the momentum had fully shifted to Barcelona. And they completed the comeback in the additional time, and it was a very dramatic. It was in a very dramatic fashion kwa sababu in the goal that Rafinha scored in the 90th plus 6th minute, but in that goal Barcelona were very close to conceding a 5th goal by themselves, and there was a penalty check. Kulikuwa na penalty check for that Benfica moment, but apparently the referees, they deemed it was not a penalty, and because the play had continued and the referee had let the play continue, Barcelona capitalized in that, and in that counter moment Rafinha completed the comeback, scoring to a raptures Barcelona fans. Killers pale hivyo walikuwa awashikiki pulling one of the most famous comebacks in the modern day, from 3-1 down in the first half, 4-2 down in the 70th minute in second half, to winning 5-4. I mean, away from home, Barcelona really did it. And in the ensuing minutes of at the end of the match, Benfica pale hivyo, they received a red card. Mr. Cabral pale hivyo, in the 90th plus 8th minute, he received a straight red card. Na lazima hapo kulikuwa na, there was a melee, there was a small fight if I'm not wrong. So yeah, but anyways, that was Tuesday night. That was Tuesday night. Then tuende pale hivyo in Italia, Bergamo, Italia. Bologna hosting Borussia Dortmund in the northern of Italy pale hivyo. Borussia Dortmund raced to a 2-1 lead. Borussia Dortmund racing to a 1-0 lead, sorry, not a 2-1. 1-0 lead courtesy of summer signing Serhou Guirassy. The Senegalese international pale hivyo, giving Borussia Dortmund an early lead from the penalty spot. And BVB, remember they scored in the 15th minute. Kama wewe unajua Borussia Dortmund, if you are a fan of Borussia Dortmund, Mimika, I know, I'm not saying I'm not a fan, but I'm not saying I'm not a fan, lakini bana BVB bana, BVB have become prime bottlers walai. Prime bottlers. Hiyo story bana, tebu acha kwanza tusikize Ricky Cruz kidogo.
I'm here for the cake and I'm already baked. I'm already dead. I win again, legally making my bread. I win again, I'm already dead, legally making my bread.
Waambie Ricardo, waambie we're already baked.
I'm in the kitchen trying to make a meal, another meal, then make him hate us kneel.
So as you can see, as I was telling you, the cake for the BVB's cake was already baked. Kwa sababu these guys, they had an early lead in the 15th minute through the penalty by Guirassy. But then again, ase wamekaa tu na hiyo lead, not adding into the lead, and Borussia are prone to bottling things. In the weekend, they were beaten in a game where they just needed to get a result. They were beaten. In the previous other game, they were beaten by Wolfsburg. In the game, they just needed to get a result. They were beaten. So, what does BVB do? BVB pale hivyo, deep in second half. Second half pale hivyo, mambo iliwageukia from the 70th minute. Dalinga pale, in the 71st minute, Dalinga pulling in an equalizer, and a minute later, like immediately from 71st minute to the 72nd minute, who scores in? Ealing Jr. Juventus, that kid by Juventus, the former Aston Villa youth prospect, the one who was sold the one who was sold by Villa for Douglas Luiz. He he pulled in, and remember he's on loan at Bologna. Samuel Iling Jr. He scored his first goal, his first senior goal, his first goal in the Champions League, his first goal for Bologna. Like, it was a first of many for Samuel Iling Jr. And manze, in just 2 minutes, Borussia Dortmund bottled a 1-0 lead, and they were trailing the home team Bologna 2-1 away from home, and looking like they cannot get back into the match. Anyways, but hiyo ni mambo ya Borussia. Mambo ya Borussia tumeizoea. We know, I'm a fan of Borussia, but this is something that I'm well aware of. Proper bottlers, yeah. So, then we go back to Merseyside, pale hivo Liverpool. Liverpool were looking to make it a 100% record. Remember, Liverpool have won all of their games in the Champions League. The only side to do that. The only side to win all of their games in the Champions League. Yeah. Proper good performance from Liverpool this season, manze. I mean, shout out to them. Hats off to them. Top of the Champions League table. Top of the Premier League table. With 6 points ahead of Arsenal and Nottingham Forest with a game in hand, and pale hivo Liverpool ahead of second place Barcelona with 3 points with the so Liverpool were just cruising, manze, you know. So Mohamed Salah, you know, the Egyptian king, the next Ballon d'Or winner, Mohamed Salah in the 34th minute gave Liverpool a well-earned lead. And things went on from bad to worse for Los Lille, because Mans like Mandy received a straight red card in the 59th minute, pale hivo, and things looked like they were going from bad to worse for Lille. A man down, a goal down, away from home, against the most informed team in Europe right now, Liverpool. But mambo pia ikukuwa straightforward hivo, because, you know, the Champions League has to deliver its drama. Sorry, by the red card by Mandy was not a straight red card, but it was a second yellow card. Yeah. So, pale hivo, Jonathan David, the Canadian international, pulled one back for Los Lille, and it was a it was a well-earned goal for the French side. But unfortunately for them, 5 minutes later, super sub Harvey Elliott coming in for Curtis Jones, and boy, as I like to tell you, it's all history. Harvey Elliott there, just as like he has been in the past couple of months, he proved in to be the game changer, scoring the winner for Liverpool to give them a 2-1 win and maintain their 100% record in the Champions League, winning 7 out of 7 games, the only side in Europe to win all of their 7 games in Europe. Hey, Liverpool, manze. Can anyone stop Liverpool? Are they looking towards an unprecedented double, or even a quadruple? Remember, they are still in all competitions. So, anyways, that was Merseyside, Liverpool winning 2-1 against Lille. And Inaka, it was a red card galore, bana. Remember, we already saw 2 red cards in the Atletico Leverkusen game. We saw a red card in the Benfica game. We saw a red card in the Liverpool game. So, that is 4 red cards in one night. Na bado mambo iko imeisha. So, let's go to Partizan Belgrade. Partizan Belgrade. Mambo ni kunoma bana. Wanaitwa Zvena Zveda. I don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right. Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right, but Zvena Zveda pale hivo. In Partizan Belgrade, they are called Partizan Belgrade. They were formerly called Partizan Belgrade. So Zveda there, losing 3-2 to PSV, but this game was not without drama. Let me tell you. So PSV raced into a 3-0 first half lead. Pale hivo, Luke de Jong, the Dutch international, scored a quick brace in the 17th and 23rd minute. In a span of 6-7 minutes, he scored 2 goals to give PSV an early lead. And then Flamingo, kijana pinky, melo pale, Ryan Flamingo, the Dutch international, He extended PSV's lead by 3, making it 3-0 just before halftime, 2 minutes before halftime. And it looked like PSV were in dreamland. Ni kama mambo ilikuwa deal ishaivana, game ishajiseti, kila kitu ishaivana. Lakini this is the Champions League, and this is the Champions League on a Tuesday night, especially where so much drama and unfortunate events had happened. And for those of you who are aware about Partizan Belgrade, about Crvena Zvezda, these are a very, very tough team to beat when they are at home. So, pale hivyo dakika ya 50, things went from bad to bad for PSV. The goal scorer, Flamingo, he was booked for his second yellow card, and he was sent off. Ikakuwa amepewa red card. So, that is the 5th red card of the night. That is the 5th red card of the night. And Crvena Zvezda, 20 minutes later, they pulled one back through Ndiaye, and pale hivyo ikakuwa sasa mambo inaanza kukuwa dramatic. It is setting up for a dramatic ending, especially away from home when you are PSV. And 7 minutes later, Dinga, or Jinga, Jiga Digga pulled another one back for Crvena Zvezda, making it 3-2. And with 13 minutes to play and PSV 1 man down with 10 men, it was setting up for a dramatic ending, I tell you. And it looked like Crvena Zvezda had pulled one back and equalized, lakini ni kama there was a foul in the build up to that goal and it did not count. So that was Tuesday night, a very, very dramatic night in the Champions League. Nakwambia things were going on from nakwambia if you are a neutral, this was a very, very good day, because I mean, I don't want to imagine how it felt to be a Barcelona fan or an Atletico Madrid fan, or a PSV fan in those dying moments, bana, cause it was dramatic, manze. I tell you, this is what European football is all about. This is what we sign up for. Sign me up for this kind of shit, man. It was very, very entertaining. Nakwambia, manze, I personally was watching the Atletico and Leverkusen game, and I was entertained all through. Ilikuwa game tamu sana. Anyways, let me take you back to Ricky Crooks, but
And bank accounts, nothing in them. All I wanna do is just make a meal. I feel the regiment getting the best of me.
Ricky wambie.
Feeling of having a lot of nothing, then I know what I'm talking about. Hitting a wall or being on the ground. Without a doubt, I'm getting a meal. I'm in the kitchen, trying to make a meal. Another meal, trying to make us meal.
10 bank accounts, nothing in them. All I wanna do is just make a meal.
I'm gonna walk until my bank account just enough digits to fill a Sudoku. Don't do no magna shit, all I want is some acumulade. Leather socks, cotton shoes, pen full of booze. Let the pen stagger and punch.
Hey, wacha kwanza mdigest hiyo, So you see how things. That was Tuesday night. That was Tuesday night in the Champions League, my people. So, anyways, as you guys are digesting that, kiasi, wacha tuongelele something that has been going on. A little bit of a detour kiasi. Yeah. So there has been a lot of things that are not going on well right now in the country, cause things in the 254 kiasi. There's been a wave of abductions, bana. There's been a wave of abductions going on in the country, and we must talk about it, cause I mean, it affects us daily. It affects us as Kenyans, as and again, even if you're not Kenyan, even if you're not affected directly with it, you are a human at the end of the day. Abductions is against human rights, So there has been a wave of abductions that has been being conducted by the Kenyan government through, of course, extrajudicial means, pale hivyo. The police, just being their typical selves, running rampant there, lawless, But then again, this is what happens when a country is being led by a person who doesn't respect the law, a person who is corrupt, a person who is basically a very unpatriotic person. Because who abducts even the country, the citizens of who abducts his own citizens, who kills his own citizens, who loots his own country. So I'm saying, I want you people to remember the people of Kenya. Because at the moment things are not going on well in Kenya. So let's talk about the abductions. Let's try to call an end to it. Be proactive, manze. Msinyamaze juu story, because today it might be me and tomorrow it might be you. So let's try to speak out. Let's try to point out, let's be careful out there. When you see unsuspicious activity, unsuspicious cars, unsuspicious people within your area, try to mobilize other people. Na mkae ngangari bana, because the police have vehemently denied this. The government has vehemently denied this. They have said it is not them who are doing these abductions. So if it is not the government who are doing these things, then it means whoever who are doing those things, they are criminals. And as Kenyans, we should not allow crime to continue. We should be proactive. We should do our due diligence as citizens. Those people who are abducting people and taking away people and everything, we should pounce on them. And shout out to the people in Kajiado, to the people in Nyahururu, who they refuse to be taken advantage of. They refuse to be carried babies, as we all like to say in layman's terms. Walikataa kubeba ujinga. So kama wase hata kuja waji-identify, waseme hao ni kina nani, and waonyeshane the documents to prove their identities, they should not take you away. They should not. And you should not allow. And as citizens, mkiona hii na happen, pounce on those people. Make a citizen's arrest. Take them out. Na ikibidi yenyewe, if they are threatening your lives, defend yourselves, because there's a point in Africa, kama as Kenyans, we have to defend ourselves. We have to act out of self-defense. Until this government acts like a legitimate government, we shall not continue to stomach the abductions. Anyways, now back to the main thing. So as you've had all action there pale hivyo nakwambia Champions League, it was kumoto sana. So going on into Wednesday, that was Tuesday. You've had all the drama that was in Tuesday. That was a good setup for Wednesday. Now let's go to Wednesday. Jana, pale hivyo early kickoff. The battle of the bastards pale hivyo, Leipzig versus Sporting CP. Sporting CP a little bit better because bado wako in the playoff rounds. Wanaweza make playoffs a round of 16. But Leipzig yenyewe, it looks like this season hii team iko nje tu mbaya sana. They should just give us Sesko and tumalize hii story, kwa sababu hawa hata relegation wataenda wakika mbaya. So Leipzig there losing to Sporting CP, beating Sporting CP 2-1. This is their first win in the Champions League, manze. Their only win in the Champions League. I will not say only because bado kumebakisha games za mwisho, game week 8, but in 7 games this was their first win. Pale hivyo Benjamin Sesko giving Leipzig the lead early on in the 90th minute. Alafu game ikaendelea hivyo 1-0. Alafu Victor Gyökeres. Remember, those are the two strikers that have been in demand across Europe pale hivyo, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Manchester United, the likes of Chelsea, all looking at those strikers. And they did audition for themselves. Hata kama it was not in the best way possible. Sesko there got the goal for Atletico Madrid, so Leipzig. And then Victor Gyökeres equalizing in the 75th minute for Sporting CP. A very, very ferocious shot. That's a proper striker's ball. And then no sooner had Sporting equalized, then 3 minutes later, Josef Poulsen, the Austrian international, made it 2-1 for Leipzig to give them their first win in the Champions League. And so that was that. Then pale hivyo Shakhtar versus Brest. And by the way, guys, I don't mean Brest the boobs. So Yeah, I don't want to be taken out of context. Msini take out of context. So, Shakhtar versus Brest, the French side. Remember, this is their first season in the Champions League after a long while. So, Shakhtar beating Brest 2-0, courtesy of goals from Kevin in the 18th minute and Sudakov in the 37th minute. So it was a first half win for Shakhtar, and in the second half it was just basically controlling the game and managing the game to hand Shakhtar a 2-0 lead. And a 2-0 win, a well deserved home win. You know, the Ukrainian side, you know, they've been playing their home games away from home. I think it is in Poland or Germany, I'm not sure, but yeah, despite all the adversity of the war going on and everything, Shakhtar still managing to give the Ukrainian people something to smile about. So a 2-0 win for Shakhtar Donetsk against Brest. And then that was Wednesday. That was the early kickoff. Remember, those two games were the early kickoff. They were played around kitu saa mbili hapo, I think at 30. So, as you see, it was setting up for a very, very eventful night. It was setting up for an eventful night. Pale hivyo mashaa zilikuwa za ushiku. Pale hivyo kama vile DJ Afro Amigos anapenda kuambia, zilikuwa mashaa ni za ushiku kukiwa na giza. So in the 8 p.m. kickoff or 11 p.m. wherever you are watching from, because us here in the 254 it was 11 p.m. but 8 p.m. in Europe basically. So pale hivyo Real Madrid hosting Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg, the sister team to RB Leipzig. Real Madrid hosting them at the Santiago Bernabeu. They hammered Salzburg 5-1. 5-1. Goals from a brace from Rodrigo, opening the scoring in the 23rd minute and then doubling it in the 34th minute. Made sure that Real Madrid had started the game how they wanted. And then mans like Kylian Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe there in the 48th minute, just after halftime, making it 3-0 for Real Madrid. And things went on from bad to worse for Salzburg when Vinicius Juniors doubled Real Madrid's advantage, first in the 55th minute and then in the 77th minute, making it 5-0 for Real Madrid. Nakwambia Madrid were cooking, Los Blancos pale we were cooking, a proper game pale hivyo. Pale hivyo mans like Bellingham assisting Rodrigo for the goals, and then also assisting Kylian Mbappe for the third one. Pale hivyo Bellingham, one of his good performances in Europe, he had a hat-trick of assists. So, but Salzburg pale hivyo, despite being hammered, Madrid could not keep the clean sheet, and in the 85th minute, just 5 minutes away from the full-time whistle, Bidstrap pulled one back to make it 5-1. And Real Madrid, remember, they were in need of these points because they had started a very, very, very poorly. They had started very poorly in this Champions League. They were in very, very bad positions by the way. Tukiongelea hivi by the way, Madrid walikuwa wamekaa pabaya sana. Yeah. Then elsewhere, let's go to Celtic Glasgow. Let's go to Glasgow in Scotland. Celtic beating Young Boys 1-0. 10 man of Celtic beating Young Boys 1-0. Pale hivyo Benito in the 86th minute, he scored an own goal. The Young Boys defender, he scored an own goal. And then things went on. Things looked like they were going to be bad for Celtic when Maeda, the Japanese international, with a minute from normal time being played, he received a red card, and suddenly Celtic were leading 1-0 and one man down, and in a pressure moment for them. Yeah. So pale hivyo the game, ultimately they were able to see it off. They were able to see it off and get precious points, because for them winning that 1-0, it kept their hopes alive for finishing for making it in the round of 16. Sorry, not the round of 16. Yeah, because it maintained their position with 12 points. So it kept them above the likes of PSG, the likes of Man City, So yeah. And also tied with the same points as Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, so, and of course, bado pale hivyo Juventus. So they're still within a chance of making it to the round of 16. Yeah. So, anyways, that was how things unfolded out in Scotland. Celtic winning 1-0 despite being 10 men. Yeah. And then there was a lot of drama pale hivyo in Netherlands because Feyenoord, the former team for Ancelot's former team, they pulled the surprise of the night when they beat Bayern Munich 3-0. Who would have thought that Bayern Munich would have been beaten 3-0 by Feyenoord? Nakwambia, this is the Champions League. Mexican international Jimenez scored a quick brace in the first half in the 21st minute and penalty in the 45th minute of added time. And then things went from bad to worse for Bayern when in the 89th minute Mans like Ueda made it 3-0 for Feyenoord. And if you thought things were worse for Munich, this got very, very, very bad. They got worstest, if you can have a word like that. Because in the 90th minute, pale hivyo goalkeeper Sven Ulreich got a send-off, getting his marching orders. The first red card of Wednesday night, because on Wednesday there were no many red cards, just that one by Ulreich, and it was a very, very bad day in office for Vincent Kompany and his men, because Bayern now they are not guaranteed of an automatic slot. So I mean, they have to work for it. And remember, Bayern topped the Champions League table after the first 3 games. Remember having beaten Dynamo Zagreb 9 goals, something that has not yet been done in the Champions League history. So yeah, I think enyewe vile wanasemanga kuingia kwa baa kwa kwanza si kulewa, kwa sababu enyewe Bayern the way they started this Champions League and the way they are going to end it, it doesn't look like it is the same. Anyways, so that is how things were. Sorry, as I was telling you about Jana, Wednesday night, there was only 2 red cards. Ulreich for Bayern Munich and Maeda for Celtic. Yeah. So, again, AC Milan there, looking to make things better for themselves and put themselves within a chance of getting into the round of 16. They were hosting Girona at home. Pale hivyo, mans like Rafael Leao scored the all-important goal as they won 1-0 at home to Girona, beating the Spaniards 1-0. A solitary goal to basically compound their exit, because Girona pale hivyo, as things are looking like, they are the third last. They are the third last. They have 3 points and a goal difference of -7. Even if they win their last game, they won't have anything much to get from it, because Shakhtar have 7 points and they are basically eliminated as well. So you see, Girona getting 3 points and having 6 points, it won't help them at all. Yeah. So Girona there losing this match was basically cementing their elimination. Yeah. So as things were looking like, pale hivyo AC Milan winning this game, pushing them to 15 points and 6th in the table to continue maintaining their chances of making it to the round of 16. A very, very well struck goal by Rafael Leao pale hivyo. Yeah. So that was that. By the way, you guys, msishangae mbona sijawaambia the other results. I'm trying to save you the best for last. So as I was telling you guys, since in the spirit of saving the best for last, yeah. So again, pale hivo Sparta Praha, we go to Czech Republic. Czech Republic, Sparta Praha were hosting Inter Milano Internazionale. Yeah. Inter Milan won 1-0 away from home to Sparta Praha, with the sole goal being scored by captain Lautaro Martinez, the Argentine international. The Los Matado akapea Inter Milan that well-deserved 1-0 win. You know, Inter Milan have been somewhat goal shy in the Champions League. You know, they are the side who have conceded the fewest goals, conceding only 1 goal. But then again, they are also scoring very, very few goals themselves, because most of their matches, they've either won 1-0 or they've won narrowly. Yeah, basically. That's what I mean. They've won narrowly, and yeah. But then again, this is the Champions League. This is the tournament football, and in tournament football, you do what works. At the end of the day, the result is what matters. So they have good results in themselves, because they have only dropped points in 1 game. The 0-0 draw against Manchester City. So yeah. So they are Inter Milan winning 1-0 away from home, courtesy of that Lautaro Martinez goal, and that keeps them 4th in the Champions League table, tied with the same number of points as Arsenal. The only difference is the goal difference, because they have 7 while Arsenal have 12. Yeah. And yeah, so that is basically they're still in line for that top 8 finish, which will basically give them a goodbye from the extra 2 games in the playoff rounds. And speaking of Arsenal, yeah, my guys, watu wangu, my fellow Gunners, the boys. So Arsenal ran out 3-0 winners against Dynamo Zagreb. Remember Dynamo Zagreb, they are being managed by Italian legend and one of the best defenders in the game, the only Ballon d'Or winner in the modern days as a defender, Fabio Cannavaro. So pale hivo Arsenal ran 3-0 winners, courtesy of goals from Declan Rice in the 2nd minute for his first ever Champions League goal. And I can tell you, man, because I was watching this game, yeah, ningefaa kuwa nikiona gani ingine yeah, so this was a very well struck goal. Martinelli with one of the best games, one of his best performances so far, picking up from where he left in the weekend. Yeah. And he did very well to cross the ball early on, and then Kai Havertz pale was selflessly laying the ball off to Declan Rice, and then Rice unleashed a shot to give Arsenal the lead early on. Remember, this goal came in after 116 seconds. It is the fastest goal that Arsenal have scored in the Champions League since 2014, when Yaya Sanogo scored after 72 seconds against Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, it always had to be BVB. Yep. And then pale hivo King Kai turned from provider to goal scorer. Pale hivo in the 66th minute, when a very beautiful cross by Martinelli, King Kai pale hivo Kai Havertz scored his 14th goal in all competitions. 14 goal in all competitions in 30 appearances. I mean, I know these Arsenal guys don't look like they are performing, lakini if you look at the perspective, if you look at it in the general kind of way, jana wana perform bana. So Kai Havertz there scoring his 14th goal in all competitions this season, to give Arsenal a 2-0 lead. And then the captain Martin Odegaard pale hivo, he was set up by Leandro Trossard for 3-0. And remember, Leandro Trossard was marking his 100th appearance in all competitions for Arsenal. So yeah, the Belgian international there, since his move, but yesterday was exactly 1 year since Trossard joined Arsenal from Brighton back in 2023 January. So yeah, making 100 appearances in 2 years for a team like Arsenal in those positions, especially, because he plays in the left wing, in the center forward positions, whereby they have lots of options, the likes of Martinelli, the likes of Kai Havertz, the likes of Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Leandro Trossard for that. Yeah, and he marked his 100th appearance with an assist, his 18th assist in Arsenal colors, and he has scored 23 goals, in all competitions. So it's a pretty decent return considering his age. He was signed as a 28-year-old, just approaching sort of his peakness and everything, So, I mean, 18 assists, 23 goals, not bad. That is 41 goal G&A for a person who has been dubbed the ultimate impact player, the super sub. So Arsenal, they are winning 3-0 to maintain their chances of finishing in the top 8. And so last but not the least, we are saving the best for last. We are saving the best for last. Ricky Crooks, I need you here again. Ricky Crooks, kuja uambie watu kitu. Come tell them. Taylor. Ricardo, the words of Ricardo.
Don't want nobody coming over paying the crush yellow with the front getter. Jagging on, hard-headed, no supplement. If you're not gonna check for the better, then you better do for the alpha. But seen a letter coming lately, think she falling for me. In front of the market, they got me feeling like the unibomber or the manifesto when I'm ready to now.
Ati unasema aje Ricardo?
They go get your chicken and run away, finally gonna
Ati unasema aje?
Cannabis to never give a damn y'all.
Ati unasema aje bwana Ricky?
I'm here for the cake and I'm already baked.
City's cake was already baked.
I read the game, legally making my bread.
City's cake was already baked.
Bread, I read again, here for the cake, legally making my bread. I'm in the kitchen.
I'm trying to make a meal, another meal. I'm trying to make a meal. 10 bank accounts, nothing in them. All I wanna do is just make a meal. Ricardo Vallejo, So as I was telling you, Manchester City's cake was already baked. So the big highlight of the Champions League match day 7, PSG versus Manchester City. And remember, going on into this match, PSG were languishing in the 25th position. PSG walikuwa number 25th. Sorry, it's not even 25th position. PSG were languishing in the 26th position. They had 7 points. Manchester City, on the other hand, they were in the 24th position. They had 8 points. So it was the battle of the bastards. Ile typical battle of the bastards. I'm telling you, man. Yesterday was a blast. Ilikuwa kunaoma mse. It was fire. It was dope. So the game started out very, very dramatic pale hivyo. First of all, man's like Hakimi thought he had given PSG the lead early on in the first half. Pale hivyo scoring, but it was ruled out for offside. The goal was ruled out for offside, but the drama had not yet ended. Pale hivyo dakika ya 46, man's like Osman Dembele akaingia. Man's like Grealish akaingilia Savinho for City. And then Dembele akaingilia Lee Kang for PSG. And that is where all the drama started. 4 minutes later, Jack Grealish scores his first goal in the Champions League. Jack Grealish scored his first goal in the Champions League this season. 3 minutes later, the robot, man's like Erling Haaland, made it 2-0 for City. And then sasa from there on, I think pale hivyo Pep Guardiola, he thought, itapenya. Lakini ghafla bin vu, I'm telling you, the drama was far from over. It was far from over, watu wangu bana. Nakwambia mambo ikiendelea. Do you know what you're talking about? Watu wangu bana. So,
without a doubt, I'm getting a meal.
I'm in the kitchen, I'm trying to make a meal, another meal.
Then make him hate us meal. 10 bank accounts, nothing in them. all I wanna do is just make a meal. I'm gonna.
So, you people, City's meal was already baked. No sooner, they just didn't know it. Hawakujua, lakini their cake was already baked. Because as soon as Erling Haaland scored that goal, then 3 minutes later, man's like Ousmane Dembele, super sub. Super sub Ousmane Dembele made it 2-1 for PSG. And City, you know, when they take a lead, they can no longer keep a lead. And if they cannot keep a lead, when the goals start coming in, they come in. And boy, let me tell you, the goals came in. Because after Dembele equalized in the 56th minute, 60th minute pale hivo, man's like Bradley Barcola, if you want to call him like that, made it 2-2 for PSG. Equalizing the game at home. And you know the Paris Ultras, the way wanakuaga. You know the Paris Ultras, the way these people are. The stadium was noisy. The stadium ikapata kelele proper. And I think that is where City, they essentially, maneno yao ilimalizika tu hapo. Because from there on, Gonzalo Ramos came in for Desire Due. And then Zaire Emery came in for Fabian Ruiz. And now, 30 minutes to play, and City wako ready kukarangwa. 78th minute, Yao Neves, you know the former Benfica kid, the Portuguese, the blockbuster signing for PSG. Akafanya ile maneno bana. And now, all of a sudden, for the first time in the match, City leading. Sorry, no, it's not City leading. City's lead had been taken back. And now, PSG were leading the game. Drama. PSG leading the game 3-2 with 12 minutes to play. Plus added time. Na hatujui hizo za ref zilikuwa ngapi. So you see, PSG, they pulled a very, very famous comeback. In the El Clasico derby. In the Oil Clasico. Hii inaitangwa the Battle of the Oil Bastards. So, pale hivo Yao Neves scoring in the 78th minute to give PSG a 3-2 lead. And then things went on from bad to worse. Another super sub, Gonzalo Ramos, the Portuguese international, making it 4-2 for for PSG, and Manchester City cake was officially baked and sealed. Manchester City pale hivo wakagotwa 4-2. And as it has been in typical fashion, whenever Manchester City take a lead, they cannot pull a lead unless, well, they are playing against Ipswich Town and other relegation threatened team. But yeah, that was all the drama. And remember, they did not have a red card. They did not have a injury in the game. So, I mean, even in the post-match comments, Pep just admitted it that the best team won. Yeah. And then again, I mean, where does this leave Manchester City? Where does this leave PSG? Anyways, guys, wacha sasa niwape the full look out of the table. Wacha niwape the full look of the table and how things are standing out in that Champions League. So, yeah, how things are looking like. And I will give you all the metrics because nakwambia next weekend, things are going to be very, very tight. Things are going to be very, very tight. Things are going to be very, very tight. So, anyways, even ndio table imeka. At the top of the table, pale hivyo top of the Champions League table is Liverpool. The all-conquering Liverpool. After 7 games, they have won all 7 games. They have 21 points. They have a goal difference of plus 13. Then in second spot is Barcelona. After 7 games, they have won 6 games. They have a goal difference of 15. They have only lost that 1 game to Monaco. Then pale hivo, the third team is yours truly, Arsenal, the Gunners. After 7 games, they have 16 points, having won 5 games and drawn 1. They have a goal difference of 12. Then we have Inter Milan. Inter Milan having won in 7 games. They have won 5 games, lost 1 and drawn 1. They have 16 points. They have a goal difference of 7. Remember I did tell you about Inter scoring few goals in the Champions League, so that is where they have a poor goal, a slightly lesser goal difference. Yeah. Then pale hivyo namba kobole, we have Atletico de Madrid, 15 points from 7 games. They are tied in with AC Milan with 15 points as well. Yeah. The difference is Atletico have a GD of 5 and AC Milan have a GD of 4. Then we have Atalanta. Atalanta coming in 7th place with 14 points. And they have a goal difference of plus 14. Yeah. Then wrapping up the automatic top 8 spots. You remember this is whereby if you finish in this top 8, wewe umeangukia because hakuna the 2 games in the playoffs. Yeah. So in this top 8 spot, it is Leverkusen running off the top 8 spot. Leverkusen with 13 points and a goal difference of 6. Yeah. And people are shangaring, people are asking me, mbona Leverkusen wako namba 8 na wako na the same number of points na Feyenoord, wako na the same number of points na Brest, wako na the same number of points na Lille, na Monaco. Hey, but they come to think about it, those 3 French sides, they are really punching above their weight. Lille and Brest, especially for those two, because they have not played in the Champions League for a while. Anyways, so pale hivyo from in number 9, remember now from number 9, this is whereby the playoffs, this is where the knockout phase starts. From number 9 all the way to number 24. Yeah. Okay. The teams that are in the playoffs in the knockout phase, these are the teams which are seeded. And by seeded, I mean, these are the teams which will play the second leg at home. So the first leg, they'll play away from home. If you are seeded, you play the second leg at home. That is usually what happens. You are given the home advantage in the second leg. So the seeded teams in the current standings of the Champions League 2024-2025 campaign. Number 9, Aston Villa, 13 points. The difference is the goal difference between them and Leverkusen. Then number 10, Monaco, 13 points as well. Feyenoord, 13 points as well. Los Lille in the 12th position, 13 points as well. Brest in the 13th position, 13 points as well. The difference between Leverkusen in 8th spot and Brest in 13th spot is goal difference peke yake. That is how tight this Champions League format is. That is how important game week 8 in the Champions League next week is going to be. These are 6 sides tied on the same number of points. The only difference is the goal difference. Brest, Lille and Feyenoord, they have the same number of goal difference. The difference is Feyenoord have scored more goals than Lille and Brest. Lille and Brest. Munanipata hapo watu wangu? Do you get me? That is how tight the Champions League has become. That is how tight it is. And even in the seeded in the top 8, straight to round of 16, Atletico Madrid and Milan, they share the same number of points, 15. The only difference is the goal difference. Arsenal and Inter Milan, they share the same number of points, 16. The only difference is the goal difference. So watu wangu mkaerada because it is tight. Aya. From number 13, we have number 14, Borussia Dortmund with 12 points. We have Bayern Munich with 12 points as well. And we have Real Madrid with 12 points as well. Those 3 sides, they are only separated by goal difference as well. Because Real Madrid, they are the last seeded team in the knockout playoff places. Knockout playoff places. They are the last team in the seeded. Remember the difference in the seeded. Yani wenye watacheza second leg nyumbani. And that one can change in game week 8. All of this can change in game week 8. So, Borussia Dortmund have a goal difference of 8. Bayern have a goal difference of 6. Real Madrid have a goal difference of 5. But all of that, they share the same number of points. 12 points. Aya, wacha tuingie to the unseeded teams in the knockout phases. Yani bado wako knockout, lakini they are the unseeded teams. Now these teams, they will play the first leg at home. The second leg, they will be playing away from home to the seeded teams. Hawa lazima watacheza round pale hivyo playoffs. The 2 games in January, in the 2 extra games. So, In 17th place, we have Juventus with 12 points as well, by the way. As I was telling you, there is a pattern here. Five more teams, they have the same number of points. Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Juventus, and Celtic. All of them have 12 points. Difference ni goal difference peke yake. So, in 17th place, we have Juventus, 12 points, goal difference of 4. Remember, Real Madrid have a goal difference of 5. Celtic, they have a goal difference of 1. 12 points the same. Then we have PSV Eindhoven, 11 points, goal difference of 3 in 19th place. Then we have Club Brugge, City's next opponent, 11 points, goal difference of -2. Then we have Benfica, 10 points with 2 points in 21st place. Then we have PSG, 10 points with a goal difference of 2 in 22nd place. Benfica have scored more goals than PSG. Then we have Sporting CP, Sporting Lisbon, 10 points with a goal difference of 1 in 23rd place. And then the last spot in the knockout playoffs. Stuttgart, 10 points, goal difference of -1. Literally, Sporting CP have 10 points with a goal difference of 1, and Stuttgart have a goal difference of -1 with 10 points. So, another 4 teams that have the same number of points, 10 points. Benfica, PSG, Sporting CP, and Stuttgart all have 10 points. Wacha sasa tuingie, if the Champions League was to end now. Man City wametoka kwa kinyang'anyiro, roho safi. Man City, after 7 games, they have 8 points. Then we have Dynamo Zagreb. After 7 games, they have 8 points as well, with a goal difference of -8. Then we have Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk, there 7 points, 7 games. I mean, it's basically like 1 point per game. And they have a goal difference of -6. Yeah. So, that is how things are looking like. Those 3 teams, they have a chance of getting themselves in the playoff places. Why do they have a chance? Because Shakhtar, they have 7 points. And Stuttgart, the last spot in the playoff places, they have 10 points. So you see, it is a 1-game goal difference. It is a 1-game difference. If Stuttgart are beaten heavily and Shakhtar win heavily, Shakhtar will make it to the playoffs. Anyways, so those teams, Dynamo Zagreb, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Man City, they have an outside chance of making it in the playoff places. Sasa kuna wale wenye they have been automatically eliminated. Bologna, they have 5 points. They cannot make it. They cannot reach. The best they can get is 8 points, and 8 points is not enough. 10 points is the bare minimum. Then we have Sparta Praha, they have 4 points. They cannot make it. Then we have RB Leipzig, 3 points. They cannot make it. Then we have Girona, 3 points. They cannot make it. Then we have Svena Zveda, aka Partizan Belgrade. Hawawezi make 3 points as well. Then we have Sturm Graz. Hawawezi make pia 3 points as well. Then we have RB Salzburg, 3 points as well. They cannot make it. And then we have Bratislava, who have 0 points. They have been beaten in all matches. And then we have Young Boys. Enye, they are young. Si uongo. They are Young Boys. They cannot make it as well. They have 0 points. They have been beaten all of their games, and they have the worst goal difference, -20. This na Bratislava, they have been the beating boys of the Champions League. Anyways, those 9 teams have already been eliminated. Bologna, Sparta Praha, Leipzig, Girona, Svena Zveda, Sturm Graz, Salzburg, Bratislava, and Young Boys. First timers, Bologna and Girona, this was a hard time for them. They could not, awangezana at this time. Especially Bologna, after qualifying for the Champions League, all of the people who took them to the Champions League were signed by other teams. Zagzi pale akaenda Man U, Calafiori akaenda Arsenali. Mambo ikaharibika, coach Thiago Motta akaenda Juve. Girona pale hivyo, Savinho akaenda Man City. Mambo tu ikawaharibikia hivyo. So goodbye for them until next time. Itabidi yenyewe mmejaribu another time. Yeah. So that is how things are standing out in the Champions League. And remember, March week 8. March week 8 March week 8 March week 8 ni kunoma. March week 8 ni kunoma. So I'll give you a little bit lowdown of how the game week 8 will continue and brief you up and to take. So pale the final match week of Champions League will be played out next week. Itachezwa next week pale hivyo. And match day 8, all the matches will kick off at the same time. So hakuna cha early kickoff, cha late kickoff. All of them will be playing out at 8 p.m. or 11 p.m. local time huko hivi in the 254. So Sporting CP versus Bologna. That one is Sporting CP, they have a chance, but Bologna, they don't have a chance. So Sporting Lisbon, they can get themselves back into a good position. PSV versus Liverpool. This one, Liverpool, they are well but guaranteed. Hiyo ni sure for Liverpool. So for PSV, they have to win this game and they are playing at home. So for Liverpool, it will be about maintaining their perfect record. Yeah. Then we have Young Boys versus Venus Veda. This one is a dead rubber game. All of them are out. Stuttgart versus PSG. This one, there is a lot to play for because all of them, if one of them loses, remember Stuttgart, they occupy the last spot of the playoff places with 10 points. They are at home to PSG. If they lose, they are out. If PSG lose, they are out also. Yeah, because they also have 10 points. Then we have Sturm Graz versus Leipzig. This one is also a dead rubber match. Pale hivyo, both of them are already out. Yep. Then we have Manchester City versus Club Brugge. This one, there is all out to play for. Manchester City, if they want to qualify, they have to beat Brugge. And if Brugge want to qualify, they cannot lose this game. It's either they get a draw or a win. Manchester City are at home. Bayern Munich, they are playing against Bratislava, the beating boys of the Champions League. This one, Bayern Munich have to win. They have to win. And they will. And this is one of those games whereby Bayern Munich win by 8 goals, 10 goals, something there. Then we have Inter versus Monaco. This one is also Inter. They are all but qualified, but remember they want to take advantage and jump Arsenal. So yeah, so improve their position on the table. Yeah, although it doesn't pretty matter much because at the end of the day, if they are already into the round of 16, they'll just get there. Then we have Borussia Dortmund versus Shakhtar Donetsk. This one is there's a lot to play for both sides because yeah, all of them BVB could get into the top 8 spaces, but Shakhtar could also make it into the seeded teams in the playoff places. Barcelona versus Atalanta, also a lot to play for Atalanta. Barcelona also looking to maybe go top of the table if Liverpool slip up, although that is a big if. Yeah. And then we have Leverkusen versus Sparta Praha. Sparta Praha, another beating boys of the Champions League. Leverkusen they have well within themselves the chance to make it very well. Then we have Juventus versus Benfica, a lot to play for both sides. It could be the difference between seeded and unseeded in the playoff places. Dynamo Zagreb versus AC Milan, sorry. AC Milan, they are looking to get themselves back into the seeded teams in the playoff places. So this one, there's a lot to play for them. As for Dynamo, I mean, they are already out. So there's nothing in for them here other than personal pride. Yeah. Salzburg versus Atleti, I mean, the same case. Atleti, they can improve their position on the table because they are so far in the top 8 spaces. So if they can win this one, and Salzburg are already out, so other than personal pride, there's nothing much into it. So a good game for Atletico Madrid. Yeah. Lille and Feyenoord, a lot to play for both of these two sides. It could be the difference between being seeded and unseeded in the playoff places. Aston Villa versus Celtic, again, another side who are in the playoff places. Both of them, it could be the difference between seeded and unseeded. Yeah, so there's a lot to play for them. Remember, Aston Villa are at home. Then we have Girona versus Arsenal. Girona, after a terrible campaign in the Champions League with only 3 points, they're hosting Arsenal, who are in the top 8 places, looking to improve their position even further. There's nothing to gain for Girona. A win, a draw will do them nothing good. So for this is a game that Arsenal must be serious if they want to avoid a Navi draw and end of Champions League campaign. Yeah, so basically Arsenal should win the game. Then Brest and Real Madrid. This is a must win for both sides, because it means the difference between seeded and unseeded. So a lot to play for in the Champions League. A lot to play for, manze. Nikunoma watu wangu bana. Things are tough. You think Europa League and Conference is tough? Hey, try being in the Champions League. I know some other people cannot relate. Anyways, so let's get on right away to the top stats. Let's go to the top goal scorers. Wacha tuende pale tuone. Before we go to the top goal scorers, let's go to let me check these stats. Let me give you a little bit of the stats. Tell you which teams are performing, which players are performing in terms of individual brilliance. So in terms of goals scored, we have Robert Lewandowski, the Barcelona forward. He's on top of the table with 9 goals. Then we have the Barcelona teammate, Rafinha. Rafinha, he has 8 goals. Kijana ameenda from strength to strength since last season. He has been on strength to strength. So he has 8 goals. Lewandowski has 9. Then we have Sarhu Guirassi. He has 7 goals. Then we have Vinicius Jr. with 7 goals. We have Julian Alvarez from Atletico with 6 goals. Tied in with Victor Gyökeres, Erling Haaland, all of them on 6 goals. Then we have Jonathan David, Harry Kane, and Florian Wirtz with 5 goals each. Then we have Charles de Ketelaere with 4 goals. Santiago Jimenez, the Mexican forward who plays for Feyenoord, with 4 goals as well. Then Jamie Bino Gittens and Antonio Griezmann and Kai Havertz, Ademola Lookman, Michael Olise, Pavlidis, Bukayo Saka, Benjamin Sesko, and Lahovic, all of them tied with 4 goals. So essentially, Robert Lewandowski has 9 goals. Rafinha has 8 goals. Vini Jr. has 7. Erling Haaland, Gyökeres, and Alvarez have 6. Yep. Then let's go to the assisters, top assist in the game. Pale hivo, the people who are creating for others, who are setting up others and creating goals for the others. So pale hivo, assist. In the assist we have Charles de Ketelaere, the Atalanta forward. He has 5 assists. Then you have Jeremy Frimpong, the Dutch international who plays for Leverkusen. He's tied in with Milot, Igor Paxao, Mohamed Salah, and Marco Llorente on 4 assists apiece. Yeah. So, and then Fermin Lopez, Antonio Griezmann, Joshua Kimmich, Jules Kounde, Matheus Nunes, Musiala, Openda, Piaka, Rafinha, Ruida, and Angels. They have 3 assists. So that is how the assist tally is looking like. Yeah. And in terms of clean sheets, yeah, you know, we have to give you these player stats. So in terms of clean sheets, let's go to the defending and the goalkeeping. Yep. Goals conceded, Jan Sommer has conceded only 1 goal. David Raya has conceded 2. Marco Ganescheki, the Atalanta goalkeeper, has conceded 4. Emiliano Martinez has conceded 4. Yeah. And then clean sheets, Jan Sommer has 6. Marco Ganescheki and David Raya have 5 apiece. So that is how the clean sheet stands. Yep. So basically that is how things are looking like in the Champions League. In terms of goals scored, Barcelona have scored the most goals in the Champions League with 26. Borussia Dortmund coming in second with 19, Atlanta with 18, Feyenoord with 17, Real Madrid with 17, tied with the same point with Barcelona with 17. Atletico Madrid have 16, Liverpool have 15, Manchester City have 15, Arsenal have 14 to round up the top 10 of goals scored by teams. Yeah, so that is how things have been looking like in the Champions League. Remember, we only have one more match day to go, so let's see how things are going to be faring. You know, there's still a lot to play for. As I've just told you, I've just given you the scope of the table on how things are looking like. Yeah, so remember, this is the first season of the new revamped Champions League format. So it is it is sort of setting the precedent on how things are going to be. Yeah. So, anyways, as I was telling you people, that has been the Champions League. That has been how things are looking like in the Champions League. And you people, it has been a fantastic. I'm telling you, it has been an exciting week, man. It has been an exciting week. Anyways, hope you guys have had a fantastic week. Hope you guys have had a very, very good week. And I'm wishing you the best week available, the best weekend coming. May you guys be blessed. May you stay safe, and remember, stay vigilant, stay keen, stay proactive, manze. Always be on the move, always be active. And as I would like to leave you with a quote. I would like to leave you with the usual quote. As usual, don't play yourself, protect your tool. Don't play yourself, protect your tool. Anyways, I'd like to leave you with another banger from mans like Ricky Crooks. By the way, guys, remember, go out and check out Audiomack, go out and check SoundCloud. Ricky Crooks is the name of the guy. Go and search for Making a Meal or this other banger from Ricky Crooks. Anyways, take it away, brother. This is Ricky Crooks, and this has been the Fantasy Football KE. This has been your boy, Papa D, Papa Deno, Papa Disaster, signing out. Ricky Crooks, take us out. Another banger from the master rapper himself, Ricky Crooks.
I'm having a good day, stepping like I'm in a ballet. One love, Bob Marley. Man, they be feeling like Friday. They feel they're getting a payday. You only one that they give them a BJ. They say I'm speaking like an AK. I'm gonna walk away like a Moj. Hella faded. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm elevated. Probably cause I'm faded. Having a good day. I'm elevated. Probably cause I'm faded. Having a good day. I'm elevated. Probably cause I'm faded.
Tell them, Ricky. Tell them, Ricky. Tell them, Ricky.
Ready to rebel, elevated the 5-0s in and the 5-0 it's a blind man get power. Now watch me devour.
Let me pull it back, let me pull it back, let me pull it back. This one deserves another rendition. This one deserves another pull up. Ricky Crooks, tell them.
I'm having a good day, stepping like I'm in a ballet. One love, Bob Marley. Man, they be feeling like Friday. They feel they're getting a payday. You only one like BJ. They say I'm speaking like an AK. I'm gonna walk away like a Moj.
Hella faded.
I'm having a good day.
I'm elevated.
I'm elevated.
Probably cause I'm faded. I'm having a good day. I'm elevated. Probably cause I'm faded.
Having a good day. I'm elevated. Probably cause I'm faded.
You can check out the rest of the song on Audiomack or on SoundCloud and all other platforms. You guys, it has been fantastic. It has been well. You go and enjoy yourselves, manze. This has been the Fantasy Footy KE, and Kamakawa. I have been your boy, Papa D, Papa Deno, Papa Disaster. From Fantasy Football KE, we are out. Adios, muchachos.